I want to thank you guys for being here. For me, this is a really big day. I'm actually a national speaker. I talk about motivation. I help motivate people to get into business, to entrepreneurship, to real estate, to really change their lives as far as finances goes, and as far as motivation goes. And about 4 years ago, when Hailey got alopecia, I like lost my mind. And I mean, for an adult or a parent of somebody with alopecia, it was my daughter. I mean, like, she doesn't have any hair now, right? What are they gonna think about her? That's what's going through my head. And I'm thinking, man, are people gonna find her beautiful? Are people gonna find her amazing? Are people gonna find her as incredible as I do, right? And is somebody gonna love her in the end? And I know that some of you guys are identifying with exactly the emotions that I'm talking about. And so my big thought went to, how do I fix it? How do I control it? How do I change it? How do I alter it? How do I do something to make that not the case? And I remember listening to Tony Robbins, and I remember listening to the things that I said, and it was all about, it was funny, Anthony was talking about repositioning things. Rechanging the way words meant to you, the way feelings meant to you, the way things were. And so I thought, I'm gonna reposition her situation. I'm gonna reposition the way that people look at my daughter. If they're gonna look at her like she's different, they're gonna look at her like she's different and amazing. Not like she's different and weird. And so my thing was, how could I do that? How could I inspire the world? How could I inspire people around her? And so we started doing daily videos. And every day, we'd get up, we'd jump in the van. And I mean, this started because we were at the gym. And I was like, let's put out a video. And it was, I think the very first video was like something like, go make something happen. And there was a point when I had lost everything, and I felt like I just wanted to give up. I felt like the world was against me. I felt like there was nothing I could do to win. I felt like there was literally everything I did failed. People made fun of me. I was afraid of humiliation. And this is what Anthony was really talking about everything that you go through is life. It's what all of us deal with. The amazing part for you, the gift part for you, is that you get to learn this at a young age, so that as you get older, you have all the tools that we were never equipped with, ever. It's all about how you look at the challenges. And so we started doing daily videos, and they started off with, it was mainly me talking, and then it's gotten to the point where it's like them. Like, they know everything. Make it happen Monday, take it back Tuesday, wake up Wednesday. It was all about not only how could I engage with my child and how could I feel better, but how could I empower her to feel better? And so we bought the domain, What is Alopecia? We bought Alopecia's Awesome. I mean, there's so many things that I have, and we even have a video out that's called Alopecia's Awesome. She has a song that she sings, Alopecia's Awesome, and wrote the word. I mean, it's crazy that the alopecia, because it's everything is awesome. Everything except it's Alopecia's awesome. Alopecia's cool when you're bald like me. Alopecia's awesome, right? Isn't that how it goes? And then you rip my hat off, so that now you got it. But it's all about, how can we change the way people look at things? How can we inspire them? Because it's really hard if somebody's doing everything they can to make you a better person, to make your dreams come true. It's hard to start looking at them and pointing fingers. Here's another really cool fact, and I think this is something that I think was really going to reign with all of you. Everybody know how much water you're supposed to drink a day? Wow, that is not accurate, but that is a lot, okay? I felt like that's how much I had to drink. You know those little bottles of water, right? Even like something like this? It's supposed to be 8 to 10 of these. Has anybody ever done that? No, let me tell you, I did. When you do that, you literally are on this mission. Every 2 hours, you're like, oh my God, okay, I'm getting ready, right? And then you're just slamming this water as fast as you can because, oh my God, you're so hydrated, you don't want any more water, right? You really don't. And so I started looking at applying that theory to the rest of my life, and I started throwing positivity so far into my life that there was nowhere left to look. There was no negative. Be so focused on building your life to be amazing that you have no room to cast judgment on other people, right? You have no room to err. I want to know what each of you find is amazing. Something that somebody that you've learned about today, this weekend. I'd love to hear what, like that's all I really wanted to say. What do you want to say? Not much? A little bit? Why don't you start off? What is something that you learned this weekend about somebody here that you didn't know before that you think is cool? Can you think of anything? Nothing? Nothing at all. Man, it's so... Yes, you, because I'm sure you've got something. What do you got? You do have to be awesome to be awesome. I agree with that. In fact, we have this saying, who am I? Right? Who am I? Who am I?
A champion.
I'm a champion. And that's something that we say all the time. It's who am I? I'm a champion. And we say that over and over again. Repetition. Believe in yourself. Read things. Focus on who you can become. You're almost there. You're almost there. Is there who else? Somebody else here. Tell me about something that you learned. Okay, you've already, Maddie, what have you learned about somebody?
I've learned that if you're positive about something, it has a whole outlook on what you're going through and ultimately your outlook.
Why? Why do you think that's the case?
Because, like you said, when there's positivity, there's no room for anything negative, and it just makes you happy.
Absolutely. And let's talk about this. Does anybody know anybody that's always in a bad mood?
No.
Always negative, always in a bad mood, always got something to say about something? Who loves to be around those people?
I love being around my grandpa.
No.
He's like that.
No. Man, sometimes perfect, sometimes just over there on left field. So nobody likes being around somebody that's negative, right?
He's like all this fast.
So don't be negative. If you want to attract people, hold on real quick. If you want to attract people to you, be the people that are attracted to you, right? Be the person that you want to meet. What kind of person do you want to meet? That's one of our big mottos, right? Become the person you want to meet. You want to meet somebody that's smart, somebody that's nice, somebody that cares about you, somebody that listens to you, somebody that cares about what your focuses and goals are, right? Be that person and watch. I know it's super. What else did you learn? You can always make friends. That's right. All right, so you guys ready for s'mores?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're done.
I don't